All right, let's see what happens with this problem. It says the revenue function of a company is R of X equals 200 minus the fraction of 1600 over X plus 8 minus X. And it says find the X that yields the maximum revenue. So we've got the revenue function and we want the max revenue, so all is good. The only way this is different or more difficult than some of the problems we've done in the past is that when we take a derivative, we're going to use some different rules. And we might have to solve it a little bit differently, but the idea is the same. We're going to take a derivative, set it equal to 0, and see what happens. So I want a derivative of this function, so r prime will be the 200 goes to 0, and when we go to find the derivative of negative 1600 over x plus 8, that's going to be a quotient rule. So the u would be basically negative 1600, the u prime would be 0, v would be x plus 8, and the v prime would be 1. So that derivative would look like v times u prime, so that's x plus 8 times 0, minus u, which is negative 1600, times v prime, which is 1, all over v squared, so x plus 8 squared on the bottom. So this derivative looks like the 0 in the front cancels out, and the negative cancels out, so it looks like 1600 over x plus 8 squared, and then we got to take the derivative of minus x, which will be minus 1. Okay, so let's hope we got some room here. We're going to set that equal to 0. Okay, set our derivative equal to 0. Come on, buddy. So that'll be 0 equals 1600 over x plus 8 squared minus 1. And I can bring that 1 over, or I can do a lot of things, but basically I'm going to need to multiply everything by x plus 8 squared to get it off the bottom. So I can get it where I can work with it. So I'll have 0 equals 1600 minus x plus 8 squared. Yay, I'm going to have another quadratic, but I got to work it out. 0 equals 1600 minus the quantity of x squared plus 16x plus 64. So clean that up. 0 equals negative x squared minus 16x, and then 1600 minus 64 is plus 1536. So this is the thing I need to solve. I'm going to move me way over here out of the way. I think I'm just going to use quadratic formula again. So x equals negative b, so that'd be 16 plus or minus the square root of 16 squared minus 4 times a, which is negative 1, times c, 1536, all over 2a, which will be negative 2. So let's see here. We're going to come up with two answers. I'm going to pause it while I calculate these. Okay, so I got two answers here, and they are negative 48 and 32. So let me go back up and see what the question was and see if either one of these are useful. So the revenue function of a company is this: find the value of x that yields the maximum revenue. All right, so definitely negative 48 is no good. So our answer should be the 32. And this was the same type of problem we've been doing. The only difference is how we took the derivative using a different rule and how we solved it. But the idea was the same. Take the revenue function, take the derivatives, set it equal to 0, and solve it. Thank you.